Hi, and welcome to Azariah Studio. Today I am going to show you something that took me a few times to understand and get, so I thought I would share it. I don't know if it's written down in a book somewhere. I'm sure there's probably other YouTube tutorials and other places to find this, blog posts and what have you, but I just thought I'd come and share it. It's how to bind off in the middle of a row. You would do that for sweater shaping for sleeves, maybe in some shawls or other situations. So unless there's a specific way that the designer tells you how to do it, this is what I recommend. And I got to this from some trial and error when I was working on a bottom-up sweater recently and had to divide for the sleeves. I didn't film it then because it was such a dark color that I was working in. So all right, remember I am a mirror knitter, so this is going to be the opposite of what the majority of you do. I did 3 stitches on the side here of garter stitch just so it'll lay flat. Going to be working on these 20 stitches here in the middle. Okay, so if the pattern says bind off 5 stitches, you're just going to regularly bind off the stitches. Okay. The ones that you count, so that does not count as 2 stitches, which is what I used to do. And then my stitch counts would get messed up and I'd have to fudge. The ones you count are the ones that actually come off. So this is 1. This is 2. Three. 4. 5. And it wants you to knit the next 10. When I was doing my trial and error, this is where I was really getting messed up. This counts as number 1 of your 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Okay, now I want you to bind off the next 5. So you knit 1 stitch. You don't bind off this one over here because that will mess up your 10. So you knit 1, then you knit 2, and there's 1 stitch bound off. Remember to do this loosely. 3, because you will probably be coming back and picking up these stitches for either the sleeve and the armpit. So into this one, I'm going to go into my edge stitches here. If this were the end of my row for some reason, then everybody's bound off. I would just bind off this last stitch and that would be number 5. But in order to bind this guy off in this row, I have to knit my edge stitch here, and that shows you how that becomes stitch number 1 of your next section. So that was 5 bound off. And that's what those guys look like. I've got my 3 stitches, 5 bound off, 10 stitches, 5 bound off, and my 3 edge stitches. Thank you for watching, and this has been Azariah Studio. Happy making!